Ladies and gentlemen, every so often, a character comes to Marvel Future Fight, and the players have to stop and think, what did I ever do without this character in my life? They really complete my gaming experience in Marvel Future Fight. Unfortunately, Kitty Pryde is not one of those characters. We're going to be reviewing her, but be forewarned that although she is quirky, although she is unique and dressed like a pirate and looks kind of sleek, she is not really for the majority of players, unless it's purely for aesthetic reasons. So yeah, let's take a look at her skills. She jumps up and she slashes down with a long iframe that's uninterrupted, which looks pretty cool. All the while, Lockheed, not to be confused with Lockheed Martin, is blasting off with these fireballs. Now, keep in mind that Lockheed, as you'll see from the content we do later, he is targetable. I wonder if we can show you that in this. Oh, yeah, we can. Okay, Lockheed's targetable. He does trigger, as you can see, he does trigger the invisibility passive that Kitty has, which can be good and can be bad, but yeah, it is what it is kind of thing. Her second skill is kind of cool, but also kind of useless because there's no iframe or protection whatsoever, and it's just a bunch of slashes. Her third skill I thought was one of the most pointless skills ever. Okay, she points and then Lockheed shoots a massive fireball. The problem with this skill for comboing is that you can't see how many hits. You can see here it doesn't register the number of hits, I think because Lockheed is doing it and not Kitty. But you can obviously do a 3 cancel into another skill, and I'll show you right here. Oh, actually you can't. You have to do a delay cancel. Okay, so you have to do a 3 delay cancel into another. Hello? When am I supposed to cancel this? Oh my god, you can't cancel it at all. He literally has to shoot it out. Wow, dude. Okay, yeah, that skill's kind of pointless. Anywho, her fourth skill, probably the skill you're going to proc on, is she goes into an iframe and she slashes around a bunch of times with these sort of blue waves and these little spikes that come out of the ground. They're kind of hard to see, but they're there if you look. And that's kind of whatever. The only real swashbuckling pirate type of skill she has is her fifth skill, where she jumps up and she brings down a mast on a pirate ship with a flag, and then there's a bunch of explosions. It's basically the first skill with some added pizzazz, right? They basically just repurposed this skill. But the good thing is you can cancel 5. But the bad thing is you have to have really good timing. I'm not making any of this up. So you can't cancel 5 right away. You can't cancel 5 when she's gone in the air. You actually have to cancel 5 right as she slams it down. See, if you cancel it when you see the mast, but she's still in the air, it doesn't work. Again, I don't make this stuff up. You actually have to cancel it right there. Right there. And yeah, if you cancel it right there, you get a decent number of hits. Yeah, 270 hits seems like a lot. It's on like 7 targets, but she does get like 50 some odd hits, so it's not bad. It could certainly be a lot worse, but we're also starting from a pretty low peg here when you consider that this is Kitty Pryde's first uniform. So the full combo, if you can get it to rock off, is about 50 hits, as you can see there. Not bad, not bad. And then her tier 3 is a bunch of slashes after she goes up into the air. This is probably the coolest looking skill. I like the blue. I really like the slashes at the end, the big X. And I also like the humongous spikes that she pulls out of the ground. I think those also look really cool. I kind of wish most of her skills had spikes that big and visible. I honestly think that this uniform, thankfully, thank God it's not a seasonal uniform. Holy shit. But I think this uniform is kind of lazy. I think the effects for the most part are pretty lame, especially the third skill. The fact that you can't cancel this is pretty stupid. And yeah, there's just a lot of uninspired slashing and a lot of repetitive slashing as well, right? Like forward slashing, X slashing, this kind of thing. Again, repurposing the first skill where she's just jumping up and down. Yeah, it is what it is. It could be better, it could be worse. You can't cancel the tier 3 skill. So what you're going to want to do on the tier 3 is you're going to want to do 5 and then cancel, and then so 5 delay cancel and then 4 into 6. I cannot stress, okay, I cannot stress how important the timing is. If you get the timing wrong and you miss the proc, her damage is dog shit. If you hit the proc, her damage is mediocre. So that's really what you're looking. That's really the range of power you're looking for. As far as the rest of her kit goes, there's really nothing to write home about. She has no PvP value whatsoever. She has very low base stats, as you can see here. Low HP, low defenses, low physical attack for a tier 3. The rest of the build, I have 5-star Uru there. I have a stage 10 Power of Angry Hulk, and we have a CTP of Energy. And despite all that, I think she's pretty mid. The only reason why anyone was building her up years ago when she came out with the modern look, was for her leadership, which at the time was very unprecedented. It was 55% increased attack to all mutant allies. But now we have, Magneto's increased lead. We have Polaris. We have a lot of other options. Most importantly, Polaris, especially coming out so soon. Again, I don't want to harp on this too much, but I think the devs are just not really playing their game at this point. They're not really playtesting their game, because it doesn't take a genius or a math wizard, and I know that the Korean devs are very intelligent, so they should obviously know this, but there's really nothing about Kitty that makes her a better lead than Polaris. Nothing at all. The 60% is not worth what you're giving up when you switch to Polaris, because like we've covered this before in videos, but the 15%, because I believe Polaris gives 45, so the 15% attack that you're losing is more than made up for by polarity effect, right? Because damage scales better than attack, okay? So the 45% increased damage dealt is probably worth the 60% attack. So the difference between Polaris and Kitty is actually massive. The difference is massive. The difference is about 45% attack in favor of Polaris. Not to mention, Polaris might just straight up be a better character. She certainly has much better base stats, as you can see here, by having 46,000 energy attack, higher defenses, and much higher HP. Well, part of that is because of the Insight CTP, but the attack is certainly not because of the Insight CTP, right? So yeah, that's basically it for Kitty. If Kitty had a support passive, this would be a different story. If Kitty had some other relevance somewhere, somehow, it would be a different story, but she doesn't, right? Mutants are already behind the 8 ball as far as World Boss Legend requirements go. They have a couple of teams and sort of requirements for ABX and ABL, but those are already covered by the likes of Magneto, Polaris, Storm, right? We weren't looking for a speed mutant hero to cover any existing any existing effects. So yeah, I can't really stress how kind of useless she is. Again, especially considering the fact that Polaris exists. If Polaris didn't exist, this would be a completely different story. But Polaris exists. So yeah, just get Polaris, guys. And you don't even have to buy the uniform, which is crazy. But yeah, we're going to try here. 3, 5, and then as soon as she lands, we go into 4. It's pretty good, not bad. It's 9, 10 bars of damage. We're going to co-op here to dodge the cage. We're going to tier 3 to stun immune the second cage, and we're just going to burst off. So yeah, 20 seconds on stage 9 with the CTP. Like, this is pretty good. Yeah, but there are better options. That's kind of the sad truth. And she doesn't have a lot of burst damage. She has a long wind up on her skills, so you don't have a lot of opportunities to squeeze in damage in between. Oh, that was actually really good. You don't actually have a lot of opportunity to squeeze in damage in between phase changes. The other issue is, you know how you kite around bosses and you delay their attack patterns, especially for Null? Oh, look, he's dead. You can't do that with Kitty because of Lockheed. Lockheed forces you to be on the attack constantly because he doesn't follow you around. He targets the boss, and the boss just stands there attacking him. Which, surprise, surprise, is not very good. Oh, I don't have enough damage? Seriously? Seriously? Okay, well, that should have been a little... But that's not bad, right? 1 minute, 10 seconds is not bad. For those of you wondering what a more competitive time looks like, it's about 20 seconds faster. But anyways, the fact that she has a self-buffing lead is good. Now, just as an aside, Kitty does have some pretty interesting abilities with both Weapon Master and Command. Command is notoriously one of the least popular abilities, and only Captain America and Storm have it to be able to climb a very high stage of Mephisto. So I think some people were hoping and looking at Kitty Pryde as an opportunity to clear that stage without using a tier 4. Sadly, I don't think Kitty's going to be strong enough despite having the type advantage where Captain America and Storm don't. And then having the Weapons Master tag is also really cool because it's also a requirement for World Boss Legend for Null. I think 75 to 79 or something like that. And currently, we only rely on Moon Knight with Weapon Master as a passive support to clear that stage. But having Kitty here now allows that opportunity. However, again, she's just not good enough. So I feel like there's a lot of unrealized potential with this character, and it's just unfortunate. Quick little test here versus Mephisto. I don't know if she has the defenses to do this stage without a support, like a fire resist support type of thing, but we'll see how she performs. Now, because you're relying on the tier 3 for damage, you should have a more aggressive rotation than what I'm doing. But did it take that long for the proc? Wow. But I haven't gotten comfortable enough with her yet. The proc is super delayed. That's unfortunate. The invisibility actually delayed. Wow, that was really bad. Yeah, I feel like Kitty. I'm flabbergasted at that right there. Wow. Okay, we're gonna proc on the tier 3. Like the tier 3 is really good damage for sure, but you cannot miss. You cannot miss. I mean, this is pretty good. 800k. It's not bad at all. And her damage. Oh, he moved. Shit. I'm stuck here now. Okay, very nice. Very cool. Oh, in the next phase. Oh, wow, so she could definitely do this. Okay, yeah, this is the nice thing about leaderships. They allow you to double support. Now, you would use Waves leadership otherwise, but yeah, 60 is a lot better than 25, turns out. I think we may have missed our proc, but she can tank really well. Wow, I'm surprised, actually. 54 is not the lowest stage in the world. So her being able to do this is kind of nice. Huh. Not bad, not bad. Okay. All right. Until Rogue gets a tier 3, or until Rogue gets an upgrade, this is not bad. Huh. Interesting. I'm surprised at how good she is defensively, despite having very low stats. And we haven't missed any procs yet. We've had very late procs. But we haven't missed any procs. Now you can. I'm just sort of doing this on the fly, but you can work in a 2 cancel into your rotation in order to be able to build up your tier 3 every other rotation. So you can actually do this faster. So I'm going to do 2 cancel, 3 cancel, 5, delayed cancel, 4 cancel, 6. Yeah, we missed our proc. Cool, very cool. But yeah, it does work. It does work otherwise. But I missed my proc again. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm not missing my procs because I'm using the second skill, by the way, guys. It's just an unfortunate. There we go. We hit it there. It's just an unfortunate timing thing where it's really exactly when the 5th skill lands, because as soon as it lands, there's a ton of hits. If they would let us, like, if they tweaked Kitty, right? If they tweaked Kitty to allow her to auto cancel the 5th skill, like instant cancel the 5th skill, that'd be so good. I got stunned. Wow. But otherwise, you have to have super fast fingers. There we go. We nailed it. Otherwise, you do lose quite a bit of damage. He's gonna cutscene. No cutscene. Good targeting on the 5th skill, actually. But I mean, yeah, Miles Morales can do the stage. Spider-Man can do the stage easily. Ant-Man can do the stage. Pop off here. Hey, all right, a little bit better than I thought. You know what? Personally, I prefer this. I prefer underestimating characters and being like, this character's trash, and then being pleasantly surprised, versus the alternative, which is like, we have these big expectations, every new character has to be better, and then they're not, and we're like, oh well, this sucks, right? I got stunned. There we go, and we should finish him off here with the tier 3. Nice. Okay, a minute left on 54 is not bad for just a regular energy. This is pretty good I would say, but it doesn't fix or doesn't answer any sort of niche, or doesn't fit any sort of niche. So yeah, honestly, I think this is your best bet on building Kitty if you want to make her work. And I know there are Kitty Pryde fans out there, so I did want to highlight this for you. It's a pretty difficult rotation as far as the timing goes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, in terms of proc friendliness, I would probably put her about a 5 out of 10 on a ranking of how proc friendly she is, just because you have to time Captain's Command so well. Alternatively, if you're not good at timing, or you don't want to worry about timing, you could give her a rage, because she does have guaranteed crit rate, so she should be able to make a rage work pretty well. However, in general, you're gonna lose time, right? We all know that rage doesn't synergize well with Pierce, because they do essentially the same thing. They ignore the boss's defense increase. So I'm not even sure if she could clear that stage with a rage, like swapping an energy to a rage. So just keep that in mind. If you have higher aspirations than stage 54, you'd have to go with an energy, or a mighty destruction, or mighty energy even. But yeah, what I was talking about earlier with weapon master and things like that, you have here on null stage, what is this? Yeah, 80, oh, maybe it's 85. Brother, where is it? Did I go past it? Is it null or is it Mephisto? Oh, I'm tripping. They're both Mephisto. Yeah, I think this is why I was so yeah, well, it's Mephisto here on 70 on 79, and then again 85. So I was looking at this and I was like, man, Kitty has both of these abilities, so you could use Kitty to climb so much of Mephisto, and as being a speed type, right? That's so clutch. I'm not sure she has the juice for that. I really am not sure she has the juice for that. Maybe with like a brilliant CTP of energy and like amazing timing. But yeah, that's for someone else to decide, not for me to decide. So yeah, that's sort of it for Kitty. I feel like, again, this is kind of an upgrade that should have happened a year ago, or it should have happened now with a more substantial upgrade, right? Like if they had made her 3rd skill and her 5th skill fully cancelable, and if they had bumped up her damage by like 20-30%, I think she could be a really fun character. I really love the pirate aesthetic. It's very rare in this game, so I do feel like this is a missed opportunity by the devs. And especially since she's a premium character, you have to pay to unlock her. I really feel like she should be better. So, you know, I hate to call for buffs on a character right after they're released, but I do think Kitty should be buffed and tweaked. I don't just think she should be buffed. I think they should tweak her 5th skill so that you can cancel it instantly, because it would make her so much easier to play, which is very important for players to have fun, right? The character can't be so frustrating to play, and so like you have to be so exacting to play the character. It's just kind of dumb. And then bumping up her damage, but her survivability seems good enough, which is surprising to me, but a welcome surprise indeed. So yeah, I'm not like mad at Kitty, but I do think she should be better. Yeah. So hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.